How goes? Yeah, we're Grail maxing today. I was just finishing up some recordings up against Jimmy. Yo, can you host? And I am playing Petonia. It is time. Petonia's hype. We've learned watching Ponty. Apparently the secret sauce are these field trebuchets. If you go field trebuchets and then a bunch of cavalry, you can get mega leadership debuffs wherever they hit. It's pretty hype. And I want to be maximizing this today. I have not really gone for trebuchets very often before. So now is the time. Let's see if we can get our opponent in here. And they are playing Lizardmen indeed. Imperial Ambush, Lost Temple Road to Talabheim. Ban Lost Temple. Don't want to face the Lizardmen on the home field advantage. That sounds like a terrible idea. Incompatible versions. Let's go ahead and see if we can resolve this. And then I should be good to go. There was a mod update. Twas a mod update, so. Did I not update the mod? Let's see here. Okay, everything looks good. Everything looks good. Yo, what if CA put out an update? What if the Siege rework is finally here? I don't know. But yeah, I've been casting the tournament games on the second channel. Go to Anticity Guides if you're interested in watching those. Should be good. Very exciting, by the way. A lot of off-meta builds. A lot of off-meta builds. We got another best of 3 with Maximillionaire, too. Maximillionaire, just right proper menace, aren't they? Clearing out people with vampire accounts. I think of all the faction mains, they're probably the most likely to win the tournament. Though I think they'll probably get stopped by some of the truly disgusting players. Raponce. You want to see Raponce? Let's see here. Man, Raponce's buff is just so much weaker than Alberic's. It's so much weaker than Alberic. It's like, what, melee attack and melee defense? But Alberic is like plus 1,000,000 bonus versus large. Which is chance to hit and extra damage versus large targets. It's also more useful on the charge, unlike Raponce's buff. She doesn't give speed or strider to the units. Yo, why does Raponce have to suck so much? I swear, they did Raponce dirty. Also, by the way, if we're still doing raffles, would love to have more new players play in these tournaments. So if you want to sign up and just lose 2 games and get into the raffle, that is totally doable. Yeah, Raponce is garbage. Straight garbage. You can even sign up now, even though the tournament's already started. You just have to head over to my Discord. And then you're good. Okay, I still can't connect. How about Henry? Henry? Let me see. Henry Lamassif. Do they have anything cool? They have Guardian. Honestly, they don't have that much going on. They're pretty boring. So Rapunzel's buff is +10, +8. Is that it? I guess they have the blinded Halo of Maidenly Wrath. It's a 10-second Helm of Discord. Not especially long. And they cost 1,300 on a horse. If you put Alberic on a horse. Oh my gosh. Yeah, dude, Rapunzel's like as expensive as Alberic. Alberic's slightly more expensive, but then you get Spirit of the Tempest. You get Braid of Bordelot. You get the Wrath of Manon. Dude, oh my gosh. That's garbage, man. That's mega garbage. Literally Gorbad. Yeah, no one runs Gorbad. You did not see the stream active before now? Yeah, I started the stream like a couple minutes late because I was trying to finish recording a one of the tournament best of threes. But the match ended up going longer than I thought it would, which is good for the casting of the match. You like Grail Knights better? Feel like the anti-large is more relevant? I think they both have their place, Grail Knights and Grail Guardians. Grail Knights are hype. Grail Guardians are tankier. Yeah, I'm actually casting your best of three, Meaty Dangler. I basically finished it. There's like the last few minutes of the second game, but no spoilers. No spoilers. All right, here we go. Whoops. All right. He wants to play Road, Imperial Road? Road to Talipime, okay. Sure, sure. Let's do it. Britonia Day is exciting, isn't it? Yeah, one of the games I cast has Garagrim. It's crazy. A real, proper Garagrim pick. Grail Relic maxing when? Grail Relic maxing. You take Grail Relics with Rapunzel, with Chevron Grail Guardians. Unkillable. Absolutely unkillable, surely. Alright. Let's do this. The Bretonians are, generally speaking, pretty strong. Let's see here. What's it? So I need the Grail Guardians. Let's start today off with a little bit of fun. Wow, the money lines up perfectly. Okay. We'll start today off with a little bit of fun, and then I'll do more try-hardy builds. Still with the Grail Guardians. But maybe not as extreme as this. I will say this is quite extreme as far as Bretonian builds are concerned. This is rather ludicrous, but I don't know if there's much you can bring to counter what I'm putting down. This is feeling pretty good so far. Yeah, let's do it. I'm ready. Oh, gotta change my banner because we're being cool today. Let's do Quinnell's, one of my favorite Bretonian banners. Let's do it. What's that profile picture? Yeah, I don't know. Don't worry about it. Squire maxing, fun. All right. And so we begin. We're on the road to Talipime. Fairly close capture points, nice but defensive builds. But I have some craziness. Witness. So I'm telling you guys right now, this spent all my money. I will have you know, there is no more cash in this build. And you'll see in a second why. Gold chevrons! Yes, indeed. I spent 9,000 gold on this. On the most elite Grail Guardians you have ever seen in your entire life. Look at them. They got their flaming swords. I got 4 units. My opponent has 9 units. Ready, good luck, have fun. We're going to use Alberic's Strider here to help them through the trees. I'll get my gold or my silver chevron trebuchet, which apparently one of them is chevron, one of them is not, and it's forcing me to summon the chevron one first. Sure. I got the Green Knight. I got a Damsel of Life. She's here to spam Earthblood on my stuff. What's not to love? It's great. This will be glorious. Please be a Shredder on the other side. He only has 9 units, which is a little worrying. There could be a Shredder. Opponent's taking some time to set up the army, which is weird. That tells me it's probably infantry. People are pretty particular about their infantry. They like lining them up properly. But yeah, 9 units means it's an average of 1,000 gold per unit. For me, it's an average of 2,000. Feral Carnosaur. Bastillodon Rev Crystal. We load into the battle and my opponent sees nothing. Truly terrifying. Immediately. What the? And then it switches? Yo, where's the up arrow, man? Am I not allowed to choose the trebuchet that I want? Game's janky. You can see my knights just gliding through the trees, by the way. So they don't have tree collision. That helps a lot with maneuvering through forests. Strider's just cool like that. Trebuchet is here. You've never seen a full stealth Bretonian army before, have you? I don't know where his caster is, though. That's a little sketchy. But this trebuchet is going to be sick. So it's a blessed trebuchet. That means it doesn't friendly fire my forces. We're going to have a few spears over here. But what I really want to do... Did he dodge with the wrong unit? He did, because I retargeted. What I really want to do is target these guys. And once they're dead... Once they're dead, I kind of just collapse down the lines. So you can see they're trying to save themselves. Alberic is fast, though. We got our Grail Guardian stack. Lance is out. Oh, he's gonna summon another Carnosaur. He has his Lord over here, all right. And he's gonna try a forest fight. Now, forest fight is to my advantage. Lord has Burning Head, which is not useful here. Not versus this Bretonian army. And he's gonna get one of his Carnosaurs charged by Alberic. It's gonna be pretty nasty. I need to peel here, though. I'm kind of goofing this just a smidge. Okay, good damage. Good damage. I just need these guys to not die. In the meantime, we have our artillery pieces cooking. I can bring in the caster now. I did lose a lot of grails in that initial fight. They certainly took a lot of damage. I'm just gonna ignore the banishment too. Oh geez, okay, those are red crusted. Okay, a little nasty, a little nasty. These Carnosaurs are more annoying than I thought they would be. Even in the trees, even though they're debuffed, I have lost so many knights. A little rough, a little rough. Now, he doesn't have healing, which is very important to note. Alberic's got his anti-large. He's amazing. And I can just regroup and heal up these guys. We haven't lost too many entities, thankfully. So I can just patch him up. And I should be more maneuverable than my opponent. We'll just swing around here and collapse in on this side. I'm probably going to get the Green Knight to fight those darn Carnosaurs. And we'll see what we can get done from here. So first things first, we got to rout these guys off. They're facing the wrong way, ready to be chargerinoed in the back by the Grails. Plus the artillery strike should be able to just rout them off. Life is pretty good. Can I actually route them, though? They're not actually routing. Okay, that's a little disappointing. We'll just disengage. Alberic can maybe get a good snipe on this Carnosaur. He gets a bubble, so I'll just disengage. Okay, and we finally have the Green Knight in. Okay. Alright, he chucked a lot of spells too, so at least we baited those out. I'm just gonna chuck that heal off. And then we're gonna keep the grind going. Overall, I haven't actually taken too much damage on my guys. I am triple capped though, so time is kind of the essence, but this is pretty solid damage. Alberic really hurting up that their Carnosaur. He takes a bit of damage himself, Alberic being the Squishmeister. And now we're gonna send in the Green Knight. Green Knight is amazing for many reasons. He's able to actually fight this thing, the Carnosaur, 1v1. Gonna see if we can bully the Slon Mage Priest. Gotta be a little careful. Whoop. I will say this is a lot of spears we're working with. Okay, I think I need to capture this point. I think I gotta start actually securing points. I can't afford to stay on a triple cap for so long, man. We're taking too long here. We're gonna go over here. These Saurus end up being a lot sturdier than I thought they would be. This is a bad sign. This is what I would call potentially a very bad situation. Now, with all my cavalry here, we're definitely gonna be able to secure this at least. Alright, alright. We're gonna chuck in the Green Knight. He's gonna help out. She's gonna heal up this little squad. Very solid. Very nice. Should be able to just secure this hero point. I'm gonna do some of this action to maybe rout these guys off. Gonna summon some cavalry to countercharge this cavalry. Okay, big routes, big routes. If I can just route off these Carnosaurs here, we're good. And my Lord can bully his, potentially. The Saurus took a lot of damage from that, which is pretty good. Okay. And most of the Grails are living. A lot of the mounted yeomen might have routed, but this is not too bad if we can get that Lord sniped. Carnosaur is definitely bleeding pretty bad. Let's get that charge on his Lord. We kind of have to finish the job here. Kind of have to kill this guy if you want any chance of winning. Alberic's certainly doing a lot of damage. Pretty solid. Unfortunately, my opponent is probably going to be able to re-secure the point. And one Carnosaur bites the dust. Okay, that's not too bad. Second Carnosaur, I can begin focus firing. And I do have yet more heals. Okay, second Carnosaur bites the dust, thank goodness. Okay, next up, I just need to secure me some points. The damage was great, though. The damage was absolutely marvelous. The healing is pretty good, but what I find myself needing is a bit more time here. Okay, he's gonna try and magic boost these guys. That's okay. Alright, I need to re-secure this point. I desperately need to re-secure this point. Alberic's doing his bestest. Can I get the hammering here? He chucks out the burning head. That's not gonna do too much. We got 3 cav units here moving to this side. And Alberic's gonna have his sick spell here in a second. Damage is okay, but nothing magnificent. We're forced to disengage again. Grail Guardians have lived a very long time, though. Can I kill these horned ones, though? I will say my artillery piece is having a field day. Pun not intended. Okay, horned ones have taken lots of damage. This is good. Alright, let's pull away again. I should be able to secure this point at least. and maybe draw the cavalry in if they misplay. I should be able to get some pretty solid charges here. Very nice. Okay. And then we're going to remaneuver over here. Very nice. We got the point. Point acquired. There's a chance. There's a chance. I just gotta secure this next point. Preferably if we can get this Lord snipe, we're good. This is not a great situation, though. Alberic is kind of surrounded. And he's gonna hunker down. Dang it. Yo. I thought if we actually took slightly cleaner fights, I think we could have won this one. As silly as this was. Man, though, the spear stack. Spear stack kind of shredded me. Let's see, let's pull these guys here. Caster needs to get a cast off. We did route off some skinks, that's good. Come on, baby. Okay, maybe we can kill off the horned ones. Nah, I think we're just dead. Dang it, man. All right. The 4 units wasn't enough. A good first attempt, though. A good first attempt. I'm stuck summoning in my last unit, which is a Grail Knight. The trebuchets were not as good as I thought they would be. GG, well played. The trebuchets were not as good as I thought they would be, guys. I thought they were totally gonna rout off everything. But no, it's just brutal. I also was stuck summoning the wrong trebuchet because chevrons are weird. Carnosaurs were nifty, though. I must say, they were actually very annoying to kill. The time it took me to end them was what screwed me over. But not the most terrible strat ever. I can kind of see it working if I really master it. I might not even need chevrons on the trebuchets. Saurus are just too good. I will say they held exceptionally well. Oh man, you don't like Alberic with Grail Guardians? They harmonize better with Fey Enchantress? Ah, that makes sense, so you get the caster. I like the speed bonus they got. But yeah, I guess Fey Enchantress would be able to Mortis Engine. I don't know if I'd be able to beat the Carnosaurs if I did that, though. Oh, brutal. Brutality. Still, though, we are not out of the tournament. I just gotta win the other ones. Let us do. I just gotta message someone. All right. It's not a triple Grail Guardian matchup, to be fair. I'll make it work. I kind of just want to have fun today. Oh, up against a Dangler. Uh-huh. Yo. All right, I gotta redeem myself. We must redemption it. Glade of the Everqueen, Edge of the Darkwood, and Bray Valley. Ban, Bray. Ban Bray Valley. Don't want to give the greenskins any downhill advantage. Every matchup is a triple Grail Guardian matchup. Do Grail Knights trust? Let's see, versus greenskins. We're probably gonna see a lot of, I think we're gonna see a lot of Error Boys. I know Dangler likes to go for those. Maybe we'll see an Arachnarok spider. Shouldn't be too bad though. I got the build. Let's try this out. And do I want this unit? I think I do. Okay, then after this, it's just all capture weight. Capture weight is definitely a big issue here, but not entirely unsalvageable. You know, weirdly enough, Grail reliques are pretty decent capture weight. Weirdly enough, are paladins good capture weight? 400 gold for 3? That's a little expensive. Maybe no paladin. Let's try this though. All right. Oh, whoops. Maps. He wants to play on Glade of the Everqueen. Okay, let's do it. I gotta speedrun these victories if I want to make it to the top 4 with my Grails. Royal Pegasus Knights are Grail Vow units, so they're allowed. Just mass Royal Pegasus Knights. Mass Hippogriff Knights. If I can get it just right, we'll be good. As much as this is a little bit of a meme, this is actually a playstyle I need to practice. Kind of like the very mobile, very elite hit squad of death. And their goal is to basically just army wipe the opponent. Yo, I hope we face vampire counts. I would love to test this against the counts. It was pretty cool, by the way, seeing my cavalry hold up for so long, too. Just need a little bit of oomph. Just gotta play a little cleaner. What banner should I take? This is the same color scheme as the greenskins, but flipped. Let's do that. And then we will get underway. Let us see. Greenskins versus Betonia. This is a classic matchup. Since Warhammer 1. Back when there was that event that just spawned greenskin armies in your territory. Wasn't that fun? Isn't that just like the best mechanic ever? Happy it got removed. It's too bad it didn't really get replaced with anything though. Oh man, yo, 40k though. I can't wait to play campaigns again in 40k. Karno's got a lot of lucky attack rolls. Was it luck? Their charge bonus should make it where they hit the knights pretty consistently. I guess in the trees they should have been debuffed a little bit, but at the end of the day I just wasn't killing his army fast enough. Let's see, what are we dealing with? Got like a medium number of signups today. We got what, 4? Got like 12 signups. That's pretty good. Not bad, not bad. So if I win my next 2 matches, that's probably enough to qualify. Maximillionaire is playing today. Okay, this is perfect. I actually really wanted to test Grail Knight builds into vampire counts because apparently it does pretty good. Or was it Grail Knight or Grail Guardian? I think Maximillionaire messaged me before. Control F Grail. Control F Knight? I forget. Pope Patty, what was it? I'm gonna take the wrong knight. Alright, here we go. Redemption time. Remember Vortex rituals? Yo. Yeah, random chaos armies that can't be attacked by other factions. Just walking through your lanes, or they're beelining straight towards you. Oh boy. Anytime CA tries to get fancy, it flubs. It's very unfortunate. Grail Guardians versus counts? Alright. Okay, so I've mixed it up a little bit this time. No gold chevrons, which allows me an entirely more trebuchets. I get 2 trebuchets because I did not chevron. Very exciting. And I'm gonna try the style because I think I just misplayed it last time. I don't think it's a style that doesn't work. Dangler has 9 units. This is looking very familiar. Let's see if we can pull it back. I got the Green Knights. I got some Pegasus, some Royal Pegasus Knights. And the idea is to basically army wipe the greenskins. Nice and simple. He has a fermented fungi caster. He has the double rogue idol. Okay. So the thing about the rogue idols, they will rip your face off if given the opportunity. They have massive damage, very low melee defense though. And the trebuchet should be able to actually get a decent amount of work here on them. As bad as this may seem, I think we are actually not doing too bad. He gets his boys hit over here. They take lots of damage. Very nice. The Dangler trying to have some fun. Either that or he thinks this is a legit build. Rogue Idols did get fixed the other day. So this leadership buff now applies to units that are summoned in. It did not before. Alright, what do I want? I think I want the Green Knight for Terror Routes. And I just have to not get rampaged to my death. It's that simple. Just don't get rampaged. Who would have guessed it? Took a little bit of a volley there. Did not dodge. These guys are armor piercing. Very annoying indeed. Alley-oop. Trying my best to dodge. I do have a caster in reserve. She'll be here later. So I assume he wants to rampage Alberic. Just play nice and safe with them. Rogue Idols don't do magic attacks. So the Green Knight's kind of hyped there. And I believe this build, the playstyle you're aiming for is like the slow grind. You want to go for the very slow grind. Whoop. Gotta be real careful about that rampage though. You gotta be real careful. Now, if he rampages me now, Alberic's not going to make it to these Rogue Idols in time for them to kill him. So that should be quite good. He gets the Tormentor Sword. Okay. Ooh, he didn't Tormentor Sword some of my cavalry, though. He's still going to get hit. Oh, this might just end him. I might just be able to kill his caster. Oh, no. The Lord. He's getting murdered. Oh, what devastation, man. Oh, no, dude. He just got obliterated. That's for the Gork. Doesn't do that much damage at the end of the day. And the Lord is dead. That is unfortunate. Yo, you don't mess around with Alberic, man. Lord Schnibbity sniped. Alright, so now all I gotta do is carry out the victory. These guys are pretty fast, pretty furious. Can I fight the Rogue Idols? Like, if I just charge here, can I just fight them? Green Knight slowing down these fools. There's the heal. I gotta be careful not to get overconfident here. These guys could very well kill me off if I'm not careful. Okay, yeah, they are doing quite a bit of damage. Let's kill the cavalry instead. Let's peel these guys away. Alberic, perfect time for a little bit of a debuff. And I'm just gonna play keep away from the big guys. If you play keep away from them, they're not too problematic. They're very slow. And indeed, we've annihilated all of the cavalry from the greenskins. Very, very nice. Now that I have a mobility advantage, life is pretty straightforward. These guys don't even capture very fast. They have the same capture weight as 2 Vikings. For once, it's their -16 play. It feels pretty nice. You're telling me I've been giving this to my opponent this whole time? These guys should just destroy those spears like nobody's business. There's a big heal on all of my knights. There's a big charge on these guys.
captured one of your victory points. Take it
This
back.
is basically a doomsday situation for the Greenskins. Now, he will resummon his lord. That has to be his top priority. I would be very surprised if he tried anything else. This will just be a mass rout. Very good. And I will have another heal in but a second. Very, very nice. I guess I'll just get some yeomen here to finish the chase. Just chuck this out. Whoops. Slightly misplaced my heal. That's actually a bigger misplay than one might imagine. Oh, what a massacre, though, of the boys. The boys are getting shredded.
Woeful tidings.
Okay,
The enemy
very
has
nice.
captured
Now
one
I
of
can
your
start my
victory
way,
points.
making my way over
Take it
here.
back.
I have not done a lot of damage to these rogue idols, but I will get there eventually, I'm sure. You can see he's just evacuating from this point. He does not want any of that. He's got to be careful, too. I might just be able to run these guys down with the Green Knight. If he's not careful, my cavalry will be able to just straight up charge him. He's going to run to the trees, but Alberic gives, he gives Strider buffs. Oh, no, this is going to be a disaster. This is going to be a straight up disaster. He gets caught in the trees. Yeah, I didn't really need the capture point. Turns out all I need is my boys over here. Wait a second. Can I just kill his lord again? His lord's desperately trying to run away. Come on, get him. Get him, boys. I'm slightly faster. I'm going to body block him with the cav. He gets the net, but he doesn't hit everything. He chucks out fanatics, but it's not enough. Yo, this poor goblin lord. Always being hunted. Oh no, this is devastating. Brutal indeed. Plus my trebuchets are still cooking. Oh, he's dead again, mate. Oh man, that's the nasty thing about this. Dude, that spell really needs to cast faster, man. That's so sad. I just dodged it even though I was late. Brutal. And that lord is dead again. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. Now he's double capped and the game is basically over. This is how it's supposed to go, people. Alright, this is how it's supposed to be. We're not supposed to get caught up by lizard men and the like. We're supposed to oblivion kites our opponent in death. Now I kind of want to try fighting the rogue idol. We're just gonna chuck our boys in, see how it goes. This rogue idol will get out captured by 2 yeomen. Alright, let's see. So if we actually give this guy the fight, does he cook? You would hope that he does, but he's full surrounded by Grails. Not a pretty situation to be in. And Alberic's anti-large bonuses gives these guys bonus 30, man. So they're basically guaranteed to hit this guy. When he attacks, though, look at that damage. He does a lot of damage when he attacks, I must say. Unfortunately, it is not enough. I'm going to bring my capture reliques over here. And even in optimal circumstances, if he's not supported, it's pretty rough. Oh, those aren't attacks. That's when he's getting lower on HP. Yeah, when it loses HP, it gets this giant little crumbling damage effect. It's pretty hype. I'm just gonna surround these boar boys here and give them the debuff. That's just gonna straight up kill them. It's kind of cool seeing the rogue idols. There's another one of those little explosion abilities. It's kind of nifty, you know, it's kind of nifty. Wow, look at those black orcs though. Yo, Royal Pegasus Knights are actually so high damage. They might even rout the black orcs. What the what? Black orcs are that easily routable? 72 leadership. Dang, man. Yeah, they're getting bullied. I guess there's no lord nearby. That makes a rather big difference. Capture reliques are almost here to save the day. Very nice. Blackworks are holding out surprisingly long, but yeah, it's over. Optimal circumstances. Like, I guess being full surrounded by the knights is not good. But like, do you really need to have support for the rogue idol? I feel like that's asking too much for how expensive it is. All right, there you go. That's a triple cap though. Great success. Very fun. I will say this this build is very fun. I don't know if it's optimal by any means. I think there's a lot that's kind of janky. But we won. But we did win. I think especially the Grail Knights, yeah, they cooked. Mega value. Even though I was kind of leaving them to die at the end there. Trebuchets were cool. I like the leadership debuff. And we're gonna be facing Maximilianer next. One rogue idol got 3k value though. I guess if it's paying for itself, that's good. It's really just the Lord dying and the cavalry not doing anything. Greenskin cavalry versus Bretonnian cavalry, sad. Yo, yo! Alright, here we go. Maximilianer defeated my Bretonnia last time. And now we face him again. Blasphemous Snowfield, Decrepit Moor, or Imperial Road. Ban Snowfield. I think he's going to want to play on Imperial Road. Because it has a home point. And we know Maximilianer likes the home points. But this is the true test. Alright, Ponty. What's the build? What's the build? So you said I was supposed to have 3 Grail Guardians. Am I supposed to get a Flying Alberic to snipe his characters properly? How do I not die to the character squad? That's what I wonder. How am I supposed to do this, good sir? Because he's gonna have Manny. He's gonna have Manfred, bro. What am I supposed to do? Okay, let's try this. Let's try this. Let's see. Let us see. 3 Hippogriff Knights instead. Let's see. So this is good. I definitely need capture weight. I definitely need some archers of some sort. More archers of some sort? Are trebuchets even good here? Do the trebs cook? It's probably gonna get value, and I don't think he can shut it down. Let's see here. What else beats vampire counts? Probably need some infantry, yeah. Gotta make sure they don't die to White King Scab Scratch shenanigans, though. Probably need a little bit more cavalry just in case. How do I feel about this build? Redeem 10 squats. I'm on it. And a stretch, alright. Well, I basically have my build ready. Let's try it. Oh boy. Oh boy. Maximilianer is gonna be nasty. Oh. Gotta get these done before we load in. Thank you for making sure I'm not sitting for too long. Oh, alright. One more, just in case I miscounted. Oh, Craft Deer, hello. We're trying the crazy build. It's the Grail stack against Maximilianer's Undead. He has 14 units. I hope this works. I dearly hope this works. I am not extremely confident in this, but apparently the Grail Guardians are enough to just outgrind the vampire counts by cycle charging constantly. And once they're out of units, you win. If he has hero squad, I got the Green Knight and Alberic. They can just fight it. If he brings in like a Mortis or something, I can shoot it up with Yeoman. We'll see. Flying Alberic, I don't know if he's actually good here. I'm worried he'll get caught, but I guess there's always a Green Knight. Standard build. Winds of Death, Buna, he's bought a Vargolf, okay. Alberic's very good at securing these points though, because of that speed boost. Vargolf's a little nasty, not the end of the world. I will need the Green Knight. He doesn't destroy in this fight, but he does pretty well for himself generally. And the caster should be enough to offset Buna and the like. Now I have to capture this point quickly. There we go. We got a pretty fast cap. And now I guess I just have to start cycle charging. Now these guys have perfect vigor, which is super important. We're just gonna start cycling these zombies here. Because we can. Okay, not too bad. I can stop Maximilianaire from advancing towards me. Gonna feign a charge here. Because I think he wants to summon a unit. No, he's just gonna get charged. Crypt Horror's taking pretty decent damage, not bad. Now, will he Buna here? I have spell resist on this caster, which should help a lot. Okay, not too bad. Gonna feign a charge, but not commit. We got the Green Knight in here. I have to be super careful about summons. If I get caught here, it can just be over in seconds. It seems like he's moving in his hero squad to try and contest this point. Makes a lot of sense. I think we're going to start spamming out Yeoman to start shooting that Vargolf. And then I'm going to make a play for this point. His armies are rather slow, which should be to my advantage here. I should be able to charge downhill onto these guys and get a lot of work done. There we go. He captures the points, but that's not too bad. I just have to be very careful about my engagements. Never committing my knights for too long in the grind. We can just die. Okay, and then he summons some Blood Knights. Blood Knights are interesting. Now, unfortunately, he parks them in a fairly safe location, making life difficult for me yet again. It's pretty solid, though. We're building up our forces. We're building up our capture weight. Unfortunately, the Blood Knights do manage to get there. And he does secure a double cap. Now, how fast is his army here, though, right? I think if I get the Yeoman in here and all my Grails, I should be able to still hold this. Yeoman can definitely snipe that corpse card over there. Can't fight this, not with the Blood Knights ready to countercharge. You can see I do have capture weight with all these here Yeomen. They're pretty annoying. They just sit around there and they don't die. Gonna get a little bit of a cav knockdown on those zombos. Very fun to see. And we are going to be getting capture weight. Overall, this is okay. Yeah, I'll be able to barely have the capture weight. So my army's very mobile. Very capture weight focused. We get the point. I don't know if I want to send Alberic in there. He might just straight up die. But capture weight shenanigans are going well. Manfred ain't doing too hot. Very nice. And then what I can do, now that he's repositioned his horrors here, I can start swinging over and taking this point. So these horrors are super out of position. I think they're asking for it. If I can catch them, that'd be beautiful. It's a good time to get the trebuchet in here too. If I can just kill these guys and get them to crumble, that would be truly glorious. Unfortunately, not landing too many hits though. I guess they fled into those zombies pretty well. And that makes life a little sketchy. Now, I still should be able to capture this point. I'm gonna need these archers to cook though. Is that an unholy lodestone? It is. Okay. I guess I'll just shoot at these Black Knight lances. I'm going to get more archers too, because they should be able to just trade up here. Interesting that he's committing... Oh, okay. Double Scab's Craft on the Yeoman. Surprised he was sending in those Blood Knights. I felt like that was a little risky. Okay, and there's the Mortis Engine. Can he defend the Mortis Engine? Mortis Engine is just a nice living tool. But if I can take a decisive enough fight here, that could be huge. He's gonna want to try and save it. He summons in something. I can't see it, it's just Crypt Ghouls. I believe the Mortis Engine will be able to survive, unfortunately. Gonna get some nibbling damage here on these guys, though. And I am actually securing this point. We got him off the point. So that is actually not bad. You know what? Not terrible. Plus, I can start summoning in some infantry here. Whew, man, this is a tussle. This is a proper tussle. If I can keep holding this, though, that would be very annoying for him. I have capture weight like crazy going on here. Alberg needs to fly up again. I technically haven't really taken much damage. So that's pretty funny. And by pulling him apart, it makes life pretty difficult. Gets a zombie summon, whiffs it though. Okay, that's good. Keep shooting up the Blood Knights. He gets a capture point, but I'm still doing okay. Archers will definitely be able to cook here. There he goes, remaneuvering again. I must say this map has the close capture points does make this a little awkward. Okay, there we go. I have a decent amount of time just because of my sheer quantity of units. He's pretty slow on the maneuvering, so if he doesn't catch this, I should be able to steal that point again. There we go. And these archers are going to be doing a lot of damage. Infantry is cringe, yep. Let's see here. Okay. Does he want to take this fight, though? I think it would be a bad idea if he did. Not too bad. Pretty solid, in fact. I get the point. And life is good. All right. Get a pretty decent charge in there. We're gonna have to disengage, though. If this fight goes well enough, I'm happy. Unfortunately, there's Blood Knights in there. Dude, these zombies last forever, don't they? Yeah, this ain't too bad. We're doing pretty decent damage with the archers. He re-secures a point. Generally speaking, the ticket's still quite close. Those zombies last 50 years. Okay, here we go. I think I can start pushing for this point, though. He's pretty out of position. We've made his army maneuver pretty far back, too. That's good. And this should be capable if I start blitzing onto it. Archers are on the point, too. This is good, generally. He's used his Scab Scrats also, and his Mortis Engine is out of position. So if I just take a strong enough fight here, I think we're pretty comfortable. I got my Grail tier. That's a Wind of Death. Ouch. Well, that changes things, doesn't it? That changes a few things. That was a nasty Winds of Death. That was a very nasty Winds of Death. Let's see if we can hold this though. Alberic got his buffs. I also have some pretty cool wind spells at the ready. Gonna chuck those out. He gets the Bunes. Okay, here we go though. He just used his Winds of Death. We're gonna get a pretty big charge here with these guys. I got some Grails in here. Let's see if we can cycle charge. He's kind of out of position with that Mortis, right? So if I can just kill that thing, we're good. I'm going to need a lot of firepower though to get that job done. Thankfully, I do have an archer at my disposal. And then we're going to see if this is enough. I'm out of units to summon. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Well, can I win the grind at least? Maybe. I'm losing a lot of my Grail Knights. I don't like that. He's getting all that capture weight here. And he does secure the point, which is my cue to retreat. Mortis Engine is, unfortunately for me, still alive and pretty well. But if I'm lucky, I might be able to steal some stuff here. Trebuchet is doing its bestest. Green Knight's chilling. He terror routed my caster. That's rough, buddy. Dude, this feels terrible. I don't know, man. I don't know what Pope Patty did here. This feels positively atrocious. I'm gonna need to desummon these guys now. This little squad here is just killing it. Oh no. Okay, these guys are decent capture weight. I'm gonna leave them alone. Gonna see what damage you can get here. I do have the more mobile core, so I think I have an idea. Maybe I can like kill off these horrors and then start stealing back some points. The horrors have taken a good amount of damage. That's pretty solid. I'm gonna be able to shoot up that Mortis engine over there. Should be even able to kill off these Blood Knights. Okay, let's take a look at this capture weight. This is a lot of cav we have here. This is quite an insane amount of cavalry I have. Do they have enough capture weight? They have enough for a little bit. That's good. But only just. They only just have capture weight here. I don't know how I feel about this. Alberic's just straight up dying, man. Oh no. Dude, I have no money left, man. What am I supposed to do? I think I need to like summon the archers and like de-summon them often. Ah, oh, dang it. Dang it. Yeah, that felt atrocious. Dual blade. I definitely don't have the playstyle down. I needed to pick off the Blood Knights. I kind of had to pick off the Blood Knights, but it was not enough. Grail Guardians didn't get a ton of value. Alberic couldn't take the fights he wanted. It was honestly a pretty good map because the points were so close. So he was able to bounce between them very effectively. I did pretty good damage to the Blood Knights, but they got more value than me. That one Winds of Death on the Battle Pilgrims, though, was so nasty. I wonder, because, like, I'm running out of stuff to summon. If I just spam archers, though, I think we win it. If I just get a ludicrous number of archers and just bully him, then I should be okay. Brutal, though. Yo. All right. I'm going to need a win against Caradoc and then maybe win another one. My standing is not amazing here. And I don't have a lot of time to beat Caradoc either. If I win, there's still a non-zero chance I make it, because Caradoc is higher ranked than me. But we're going to need to play this fast. Caradoc is playing the High Elves. Okay. Ban Lost Temple. Okay, let's do this. Apparently he's been facing a ton of Petunia. 0 magic used, yeah. The Earth Blood alone was not very useful. I could have had, like, Lore of Heavens or something. Ugh. Alright, let's see what we can do here. I have a plan. I have a plan. Let's do this. Let's definitely do this. Vampire counts I can figure out another time. Oh, map banned? Gotta figure out what map they want banned. Maybe Crystal Lake. Maybe Blasphemous Snowfield. If I can win this game in like 5 minutes, then we're good. Honestly, I think if I just have a million archers and cap support, though, we're good. Those archers got ludicrous amounts of damage done, and it forces them forwards, which is the most important part. Then they just have to dodge Scab's Craft, and then we're chilling. This will be a fun build, at least. Man, this style's hard, though. I don't know how Pope Patty does it. This is slightly difficult. But I know it's possible. That's what keeps me going. Let's actually give this the blessing of the lady. Alright. The problem was not enough trebuchets. I didn't check the trebuchet valley. Maybe the trebuchets cook. I've only won 1 game and it was against double Rogue Idol. Oh man, it definitely feels like a skill issue though. It, like, obviously the build is not insanely strong, but it feels like I just need to build up that killer instinct and know when fights are going to be good and when fights are going to be bad. I feel like Grail Knights. I feel like you use Grail Knights a lot better than Grail Guardians. Grail Knights felt pretty good. I'm definitely much more of a cycle charger. Against vampire counts, Grail Knights would be pretty hype against the horrors and the like. So I could kind of see that working. You like Knights of the Realm? I think they're all amazing. Knights of the Realm are really good versus factions like Beastmen. Okay, so here's the plan. If I beat Caradoc here, I should be able to bring them lower MMR than me, which brings them out of the running. And then if Dangler loses their match, then I barely scrape into top 4. By the skin of my teeth, I should be able to scrape by. If I take too long to finish this game, then it's a different issue. Or if I finish this game really quickly, then I should just be able to win the next one and guarantee my top 4 position. We'll see, though. We'll see. Caradoc's High Elves, no slouch. It's fun practicing with this cavalry, though. It's weird. I play Cav a lot, but never so elite. So they operate quite differently than I'm used to. I almost forgot magic. What am I even doing? Okay, there we go. We got it. Man, Caradoc's taking the time with the build, though. They want this to be their last game. Max Chevron Grails. Oh, man. Come on, 2-2. I need Meaty Dangler to lose their match. They're up against Jimmy Lesinge, though. So it's a toss-up who wins that. It could very well be Maximillionaire, Jimmy, Caradoc. I mean, Maximillionaire, Jimmy, Pope Patty. and then Dangler instead of me. If Dangler wins, they get more MMR, so I kind of need Dangler to lose. Pope Patty's gonna make it though. If I don't make it, we're spectating Pope Patty. I gotta learn this style. The spirit of Patty needs to possess you. Okay, here's the idea. I'll just rush in there, get the easy victory, and then hopefully, if I can win this match in like 5 minutes, and then get another match, we're golden. It needs to be fast, though, is the problem. The time is not on my side, so I have 8 minutes. So I've bought a very mobile build. Gonna park Alberic over here. We got our Grails, we got our caster, high DPS mode activated. Ready, good luck, have fun. And the idea is I'm just gonna sweep in through the trees and hammer their flank as hard as possible. I think with this magic, I should be able to get a lot of work done. Against vampire counts, if I had Wind Blast, I think I could have done it. Honestly, I just need to build up familiarity with this faction. Bretonia is actually very strong. But they've always been weird to me. I guess if I was Wind Blasting, he would just Bune on my Cav. But they're still pretty strong. It's not like you can just do that for free, right? Okay, let's see it. Let us see. Come on, Caradoc. Why are they taking so long? Caradoc. They really want to win this. They're guaranteed not to make top 4 if they lose this. I'm very excited for this, by the way. This should be hype. Come on, Dangler. I need Meaty Dangler to lose. Oh, man. What a rough day today, man. What a rough day. I definitely need to do Bretonia again. Clearly, I am not adept enough with them. And for how good of a counterpick they are, they're really needed. Let's see it. He's gonna go. He's gonna go. He's gonna go. It's just 12 units, man. I'm like itching to get this fight done. Any moment now. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna die of old age. It's 12 units. It should take 12 seconds to just click and right click, man. Where'd he go? Maybe something came up. Maybe someone's breaking into his house. And he's fighting them off as we speak. He's fighting multiple wars at the same time. Oh my goodness, he's ready. Alright, so unless he leaves like immediately, the odds that I get her done is very low. He does have a super defensive formation here on the low ground, so Survival and spam some Spearmen. This is generally speaking pretty good for me, because he has the Acelin. So the idea is here, I should just be able to dive bomb him and we're good. He doesn't have Final Transmutation, just Searing Doom. Yeah, I should just be able to spam cavalry and hammer this location. But I'm gonna need to play this quickly. I'll use my Pegasus Knights to rear charge his guys over here. And then I think we're in the clear. He summons another unit of spears, but how good is his danger sense? Is the guy gonna start playing way more defensively, seeing that I have such a mobile army, or will they keep advancing? By advancing, they run the risk of being absolutely murdered. A little bit of a reposition here. Trying to not get caught or flanked. He has his regiment of renowned skirmisher cavalry over here. Here's the thing though, Alberic's disruption can get so much work done. And the Cav collapse is on. Let's see if we can dodge one of these volleys real quick. It's pretty good. I'm gonna get Alberic in there. We're gonna sneak in the boys. Shooting shooting my knights a lot, I must say. That's a little annoying. Okay, but he can't kill Alberic. That's the most important thing. He's gonna get thunderbolted. Okay, that should help. There we go. And then it's all about just dive bombing with everything. He's doing a good job working his spears around, though. This little squad in here is quite devastating. I think we're about to get into the cookie jar, though. Got one charge in there. Very nice. So we're going to disrupt his range units. And then if I save up for a... if I save up for another chain lightning here, I think we might be okay. It's going to be a little sketchy, though. That's a lot of Sisters of Avalorn just blasting me. Value trading is not amazing either. So this spell should be pretty decent. We'll see how it does. Pegasus Knights are charging on in. I think we're just dead. I think we're just dead. That's another Searing Doom. Though the Grails will be nice. And I do have more boys coming in. I do have more guys chilling around. It's a ludicrous amount of magic he's chucking out. And the Sisters of Avalorn, they continue to live. That's a decent charge at least. Come on, let's get those Grails in. They gotta escape though. Oh my goodness, what a nasty spear box. Oh. Yo, all right. That was a flaccid charge. That was a flaccid charge. I didn't do that well at all. Sisters of Avalorn are actually holding so well too. They have pretty good melee stats. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm gonna need to do another day of this. This was devastating. This was just atrocious. I thought the chain lightning would like melt all his infantry. It did not. Yo, I swear, Slanesh is so much better than this garbage. You know what? Screw it. I'm blaming the tools. Oh. Oh my goodness. Okay, here. Maybe I can still pull out some crazy victory if I get a clean disengage. And mop the floor with these Reavers or something. How's my caster doing? Is she gonna live? Dude. Oh, it feels so bad, man. It feels so bad. Okay, here. Let's just rush in. We'll do our bestest. Let's get a lightning bolt on these guys. He biffs the Searing Doom, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna be able to secure this point. You know what? I do have a lot of points secured. That's good, I guess. I should have just summoned the Treb. I was wondering if the Treb summon would do it. How's this going? Maybe I route off these fools? Okay, we routed off one Reaver. That's good. Maybe the Paladin can beat up Eastland here. Oh my gosh, look at those Sisters, though. Sisters of Avalorn are crushing it. A good craftsman says my tools suck. Yeah, I'm just coping. Oh my goodness, bro. This is so bad. Alright, whatever. I still have these guys alive. His army is still relatively slow, I guess. I'm gonna see if I can pull it back. At the very least, I have a heck of a lot of tickets. And I have a Trebuchet. So the Trebuchet should be pretty high. I can definitely get some work done. Alberic and Co over here should be able to finish these guys off. Sisters of Avalorn can only get so much work done when they are so low, right? So by killing them, life certainly gets a little bit easier. Opponent is desperately trying to capture points, which is good for me. He's reassuming that defensive position, though, with the spears. Be a little awkward. You gotta remember, though, I still have Grail Knights. Okay, now Alberic's doing pretty decent damage. You know, they're kind of poking. Getting a little bit of hokey poke in there. Alright. Trebuchet's being dodged, unfortunately. That's brutal. Okay, one sister of Avalorn, though, is going to be biting the dust. I may be able to kill off that caster, too. And I should be able to swarm these points eventually with my dudes. I should be able to kill these ladies with a big old Alberic little wind spell. If I can just get them to post up properly. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna try that out. And then we're gonna start swarming in with better knights. Okay. Sisters are gone. This is good. We got some routes. Solid. Let's see if we can catch these guys out. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to like escort these ladies off. They'll be a bit of a menace otherwise. I'm gonna have some halberd infantry summoned. That's actually pretty good for me. As crazy as it may seem, that works out fairly well in my favor here. And this trebuchet should be able to get a lot of work done, just shooting center mass into that formation. Now he does secure the points, but I'll be able to retake it with these guys. And right now we're looking at a essentially hypermobility versus a bunch of infantry. But what I do have is time. And a decent amount of it at that. We shall be able to get this point. Very nice. This trebuchet can't hit anything. Struggling a little bit. Okay, this is pretty solid though. Interesting, that's 2 casters. It's kind of crazy. Maybe these units will get out of position and I can get a kill. I have my magic at the ready. I should be able to surround and murder this force. And you gotta remember, the Grail Knights are sick. Okay, this should just delete these spears too. We got essentially nothing defending them. We saw those Searing Dooms coming in, so I should be able to dodge most of it. Very nice. Okay. Trebuchet is still putting in work. That's good. And I will be able to pick off those sisters of Avalorn. The spears are holding well, though, which is a little unfortunate. But I got the point. That's good. And these guys are still alive, mind you. They can get some absolutely devastating charges if I am given the opportunity. Ooh, ooh, massive charge over there. All right, sick. Okay, this ain't too bad. We're gonna have some Pegasus Knights to kill off this unit of Dragon Princes. That's good. Oh my gosh, why aren't they moving, bro? Okay, a little bit of a misplay on the Grail Knights, who were supposed to win the game for me. Very rough. Very rough indeed. I think I should be able to kill these guys off, though, with the Pegasus. Regardless. If we just, yeah, pile on in, that should go okay. I'm hoping. I got some lightning to blast them. Alberic has anti-large. Unfortunately for me, he's recaptured this point because he's probably rolling in money. There's another Searing Doom cast. I do get the kill, though. That's pretty hype. Dude, if I just summoned the Trebuchet and played it slow, I totally would have won. If I didn't just YOLO my entire army, freaking hell. Oh, I got nothing left. Oh, man, bro. Please tell me Meaty Dangler won at least. You all played? I was trying to go for the quick win. My analysis of the situation was not good enough. Usually Cav Maxing can beat stuff like this, but they played very cagey. The mages were a menace too. Ah. Dude. Oh, Dangler didn't even win. Oh, that was a terrible Petonian run. Jeez Louise. All right, I gotta watch Pope Patty. Spec slot for top 4, please. Oh my gosh, this is atrocious. You lost, Dangler. Dang it. I could have won if I just played it patient. I could have made top 4. Ugh. He didn't even have anything for the Trebuchet, man. The Trebuchet was cooking. Trebuchet got 460 value. Pope Patty is a lot more patient. Man, that does not feel good, though. I got some sick picks, however. Like, the build is capable of getting some insane plays. But man, you have to be careful. One wrong move and you're screwed. Caster got crazy value, at least. Caster got a lot of value. Paladin did not have any targets, unfortunately. Oh man, I gotta do this again tomorrow. Alright, let's watch this top 4. Pope Patty's facing Maximilianaire. If Pope Patty loses, then he's still in top 4. So it doesn't matter how that one swings. Oh man. I gotta be super aware that the knights are way slower than usual. The knights are like way slower than usual. Spellcaster wise, I need to be way more optimal with my magic. I think against counts I can beat it with the Wind Blast shenanigans. Maybe you even go for like a Lewin for the tankiness. How he parses out all the cav groups for micro. If you're keeping track of them in the midst of battle, you can figure out generally where they are. You can select them in the bottom too. So if you just have like one hotkey for Grail Guardians, you can pull them all back if needed. It's not too bad. Okay, Pope Patty's versus Maximilianaire again. Did he beat Maximilianaire? No, he lost. Okay, so this will be a fun rematch. If Pope Patty can't beat Maximilianaire, then that's pretty rough. I think their counts, like Maximilianaire gets better and better each time they face Petonia. But I think it's beatable still if you play it just right. Let's see. I want to know. Show me the way. The map setup might be rough though. Oh man. Oh man. Yeah, these Acelin Sisters of Avalon builds are pretty interesting, by the way. I don't know if they're actually that good, but I'm happy that people are experimenting at least. Blazing Ramparts is not bad. Jade Tomb is not bad. Let's see this. Let us see. Man, I'm devastated. I haven't had that bad of a loss in a while. I should just become like a Petonian master. I'm playing Kathy better than Petonia nowadays. That's crazy. Is there like a single entity maxing build I could take with Petonia that just crushes face? We shall see. Grail Reliques. Grail Reliques spam for the single entities. Alright, here we go, they're ready. Some slight build adjustments, but the players are out for blood. Pope Batty's here to show me how it's done. Okay, triple Grail Guardian, the Green Knight, and the Fey Enchantress. So no Alberic. The guy goes for the Fey Enchantress. I guess he'll have Comet of Cassandora on her. Her little chalice of potions is just bound Comet of Cassandora. Very good for the infantry clear, I guess. But can he get it done? I'm very skeptical, but I want to see the magic. I must see the magic. If Pope loses here today, then we're seeing 2 Bretonians getting knocked out. Oh man, yeah, I really do hope they win though. This is how you learn. This is you know, after many years of gaming, the fastest way to learn is to get brutally annihilated. Because that's where you learn the lessons. You learn your mistakes, your misplays, and so on. I learned a lot today. We learned much. Let's see it. So we got the Green Knight, early capture points, very important versus vampire counts. I feel like it would almost be better to start with Yeoman unless you're taking the fight super early. Pope Patty's freaking out. He knows he's being watched. This is a very similar build to last time. Wind of Death, we got Fate of Buna. Manfred can cast 4 absolutely killer spells over the course of the battle. Got the Crypt Horrors, you got the Corpse Carts. Let's see how it plays out. I personally think summoning in normal archers instead of yeomen is better. They will get Scab Scrathed, but at some point he'll run out of Scab Scraths, right? Optimally, he only kills 3 archers, and then the next ones start to wreck shop. But I don't know, it's kind of hard to say. Early capture over here with the Grail Gargs is very nice. But can he win? Getting flashbacks, seeing the Green Knight. Green Knight can't outduel this. With the Fey Enchantress, he still can't outduel this. Double cap at the start is nice though, but what are we gonna see? Are we gonna see a big flank around to catch the backfield? We're gonna see some yeoman archers moving on in to hit up the corpse cart. Let's see it. Mega volley incoming. Corpse cart dodging. So far, not so great. This one yeoman archer has to basically kill a whole corpse cart to feel like it's worth. More yeoman archers. Okay, so he does subscribe to the yeoman archer strat. They do have pretty solid capture weight, but he's being very not aggressive with the Grail Guardians. He could have started with mass yeoman archers to capture all the points. If this game comes down to a few tickets, that's the difference that's needed to win. Mortis engine has arrived. Maximilianer doesn't have more money in reserve, but he's going to body block the Mortis with the Crypt Horrors. Now, if Pope Patty takes a fight here, he's better than me. He knows that he can win this fight. I would feel very worried. Seems like he's also worried. Okay. Yeoman archers can bully the Mortis, though. They're pretty good at that. So Tide of Undeath moves to point number 2. Let's see how this plays out. I am very skeptical, though. Mortis engine staying safe. It's going to regen. He's going to double back to hold this point, however. Overall, the ticket lead is very nice for the Bretonian force. They do have a mighty, mighty ticket lead. And it continues to build up. Will he give up the point, though? Will he cycle charge some zombies? He could target the Crypt Horrors and charge through the zombies and get a lot of damage. But some very passive play from the Pope. This is some very, very passive play. Green Knight. Oh, I missed him. He's getting caught by the Vikings. Look at them. Are they faster than him? 72 speed, 84. Green Knight's supposed to be faster, but the Green Knights but the White Kings are keeping pace. Maybe with some charge bonus. He's juking, he's jiving. A little unfortunate. Green Knight's taking a lot of damage. He's getting nibbled in the back a lot. Very painful. Trebuchets arrived. Okay, and now some archers. Overall, that's pretty good, but I'm a little worried for this guy. These guys don't have Strider, the White King, so Green Knight can maybe fight them in the trees. Because their stats will be reduced. 30 melee attack to 50 melee defense. Oh my gosh, though. This is just brutal. Green Knight's getting bullied. Trebuchet's doing okay, at least. A little bit of damage there. But this is not looking very good. Mass Archers get a volley on the Mortis. Fey Enchantress is in here. Is he just taking this fight? Is Pope Patty just sitting here with the Grail Guardians and the Fey Enchantress? That's pretty wild. I guess they technically win if the Mortis can't participate. He does also have the Trebuchet and Archers. Is he actually just making a front line of Grail Guardians? Is that the secret sauce? Don't tell me that's the secret sauce. Big regrowth on the Green Knight, by the way, but Blood Knights have arrived. And now will be a little awkward for Petunia. Because they can't charge him, right? He still has capture weight, though. Fey Enchantress is doing not bad. He's just grinding. The thing is, though, Green Knight's dying here. I think this is just losing. Comet gets dodged. It actually friendly fires a decent amount. But I guess he has capture weight. He's gonna need to get a lot of work done with these archers, though. If they get scab scrats, it's really, really bad. Green Knight's just sucking. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't know, man. This seems pretty bad. Maximilian is a vampire count specialist, but Pope Patty is a Batonian specialist. I guess the Grail Guardians aren't taking any damage over here. Like, they are holding up fairly well versus the Zombos. They're taking basically nothing. Green Knight just died. So, like, that's pretty cool. I like the idea of just a Grail Guardian front line. But now what? There's just nothing. It's over. It's brutal. Tickets are not close enough. And the Blood Knight lances. Here comes the collapse. Big charging on the flank side. Very brutal. Yeah, White Kings don't have Strider, but Black Knights do. That's why I thought they would have Strider. But I guess their mounts just don't give it. The Grail Guardian grind. You know, they are gonna beat up these Crypt Horrors. They are sitting in here for quite a long time, but Manfred is the master of the grind because he's gonna keep getting his he's just gonna keep getting buffs. He's gonna keep getting magic by sitting here. Here comes the Black Knights. I mean the Blood Knights. Massive charge on the Grail Guardians. Favor of the Fae is active though. 87 melee attack against the Blood Knights, but the damage is still pretty middling. Blood Knights have that anti-large, and Maximilian just needs to trade the Blood Knights for the Grail Guardians, and he wins. Favor of the Fae is not enough to win this. Even with the Grail Relique, 88 melee attack is nice, but I don't think he'll do it. Comet's gonna land, though. Unfortunately, Fey Enchantress is taking quite a bit of damage. She may very well die, but hey, the Grails are beating the Blood Knights who tried to disengage, which I think was a slight misplay. But the value is falling off dramatically now. The value ain't too pretty, is it? Yeah, it's looking pretty bad. Knight of the Realm is coming on in. They're gonna charge the Blood Knights. But I believe Maximilian will be making it into the next rung of this here tournament. Definitely gonna be making it to the finals. Archers doing their bestest, but I believe these guys got scab scrathed or hit by cavalry. And yeah, this is just brutal, man. I think it's a nifty build if your opponent misplays, but like if they're just playing clean and tight with their formation, it seems like they just win it. You know, this will be good though anytime someone picks Petunia versus me. Anytime someone picks Betonia versus me, I just have to copy these play styles, and it seems to work pretty well. Have you qualified yet? I don't want to play in my own tournaments when prizes are involved because I want to be a clean admin. I don't want to accidentally do something silly. And it's fun watching high-level play between two other players, since I get more than enough game time when I'm playing other tournaments like Warhammer League or Turns events, what have you. Mortis Engine dies. That's pretty hype. But yeah, Betonia is no more. So it seems like the Petonians... I don't know, man. I don't know what you're supposed to do. Oh, man. Yeah, if you can just beat the grind. There are some playstyles where like trebuchets can get a lot of work done and you can go for some sweet pickings. But yeah, it's like in boxing. If they just have a really strong uppercut, but that's like the only thing they can do. Wow, look at the damage on the Pegasus Knight, so that's pretty high. GG. Well played.
There is only defeat.
Stay in lobby for finals, please. Brutal. Obviously, losing the Green Knight was devastating. Fey Enchantress got a good amount of value, but Manfred got more. Manfred actually proving himself to be a very strong unit. Crypt Horrors getting mega value, being able to just sit and grind, and one of the Blood Knights just devastated. Mortis Engine paid for itself. Oh man, that's a rough time. It's a tough cookie to crack. This is a very strong build. Yeah. I will say double White King Manfred is just ludicrously strong. You get one good wind of death and you're set for life. And Maximilianer has that Blood Knight micro, unlike myself, to keep him alive. Pope Patty made it to top 4 though. The curse of Patty though is that they always lose in the semifinals. But they got further on Betonia than me, so I should not judge. I'll just learn what I can from their build and go from there. But Maximilianer waiting for the finals now. They're going to be facing Jimmy Lesinge and Caradoc. Oh boy. Truly a terrifying vampire count. Caradoc is playing High Elves though, which is the natural counter to the counts. Jimmy Lesinge getting pretty far too, by the way, in this tournament series with the Lizard Men. I'd love to see a Lizard Men versus Counts game. Our first game was closer than this. I have an idea I'm cooking though. All right, you and me both. I think there's there's ways to go about it. There's ways to go about it. I need to play more Betonia. I just don't have game sense for them, man. It's just such a weird faction. The crazy thing is, if Betonia does get a lead, they start cooking really hard. Like, all they need is to pick off a few key units, and then suddenly they're just crushing face. It's kind of wild how that works. But yeah, we'll be seeing the next match soon. Betonian tip, play Nurgle. Would I rather play Nurgle or Betonia? I think I would rather play Betonia. Maybe some Pegasus Knight action could do well. Moving to Quebec will help. Betonian elite infantry? What elite infantry? Foot squires? They're okay, but they don't solve any of these issues that we're running into. You can't just go for a normal mass infantry build, though. Like, those are generally good. If you get really good at spell dodging, that can solve things. Versus counts. Oh yeah, Nurgle is great versus vampire counts. I'm thinking next patch, we nerf the vampire counts Mantide styles, and we buff up a different playstyle, just so that they get mixed up a little bit. Right now, the horror infantry spam stuff is just... it's just a little much. We see it basically every game. And that is not the only thing that they do. They got Vargeist, they got cavalry. Like, vampire counts should be able to play mobile if they want to. Know anyone who mains ogres? I think the last ogre main is not playing so much recently, so we don't see them as often. I think currently we don't have a true ogres main in the community that's playing right now. Yeah, Wind of Death is nasty. If you dodge Wind of Death, though, it's pretty good. It doesn't have ludicrous range, and it is dodgeable. You just have to be very fast on the draw. Yeah, Scabscrath definitely should be nerfed. Scabscrath, removing it is a little much. But, you know, just give it a big old price increase. I think White Kings themselves are not very problematic. It's just a Scabscrath. Just make it cost like, you know. Just make it cost like 300 gold or something. The spell is insane. Vampire counts can't play mobile with Braid of Bordalo. Yeah, I mean, like, not against Betonia. But yeah, I think a shake-up there would be nice. Honestly, I'm very much so looking forward to the next patch. I want to shake up the meta a little bit, but we'll see what factions are even being played. Surely, you know, I'm quite interested to see how many Norska games we get specifically. Because Norska got nerfed pretty hard in my format. As Betonia, you face a box every game, basically, yeah. How would you do it? How would you pull it apart? Ooh, more replays from the finals, hell yeah. Look at that. Very exciting. I'll be covering those later. Yeah, the Mortis engine plays. Maximillionaire has crazy SE micro. Quad trap for vampire counts. The thing is, he's just gonna dodge. He'll just dodge it. I think the solution might be maybe Wind Blast shenanigans. What if you Wind Blast their infantry to death? Braid forces box, which is 8 trebuchets easy. This is what we need to do. We need to get everyone in chat to face Maximillionaire until we eventually figure out how to beat the vampire counts. What that ends up doing is you just get really good at facing Betonia. So unless you're an absolute specialist in the matchup, they'll still win anyways. Oh man. Yo, I really wonder how far you're gonna take it in the tournament. Right now, Maximillionaire is doing pretty well. If they get to the semifinals, they've already earned 100 Canadian dollars, which is unfortunately less valuable than American dollars, but still. If they get first place, it's 200. That'd be pretty nice prize winning, but they're gonna have to get through Berserk, which is no easy feat. and we got some replays to go over later. Okay, Pope Patty sent in his first game against Maximilian there, which went a little better. I assume the Green Knight did not get annihilated there. Still waiting. Still waiting on the other peeps. You think it's time you stop SFTing as Petunia, though? Yo, Pope Patty, I want you to play like Slanesh. Just play Slanesh and just let me know if it's amazing or not. Slanesh got nerfed. There's nothing wrong with playing them in my tournaments. It's okay. I just need to know how they compare to Petunia. Is Warhammer 3 a single player? All right to play at the moment? Warhammer 3 as single player is great. The game is not super polished, unfortunately. There's still going to be bugs and such. So, like, I would say Warhammer is a solid, like, 50, 100, maybe even 1,000 hours of enjoyment, depending on how much you like the core gameplay. But after you hit a certain point and you kind of figure out how to beat the game, then you'll start to see the cracks and it won't feel as good. So if you're like a new player, yes, absolutely play it. If you're a veteran that stopped playing after Warhammer 2 and you're like, I wonder if I should go back to it. Unfortunately, I don't think enough has changed. But it really depends on where you're at. I would still recommend Warhammer to tons of people. Bring back Dwellers Below, old school Dwellers. It's a pretty fun spell. But alright, here we go. Caradoc versus Maximillionaire. The High Elves versus the Counts. I will play Slanesh in your next tournament. Hell yeah. I need to know what lords are good though. So Keeper of Secrets. You know how Alberic has his you know, his little wind blast spell that you chuck out when the fighting gets started and it like immediately routes off units? The Keeper of Secrets has the Enrage ability that reduces melee defense of units. So if you use that ability when you would normally use your Alberic ability, it's done. Just do that. Don't fall into the trap of people running just like a normal Chaos Sorcerer Caster Lord as Slanesh. Get the Keeper of Secrets, rush in, Terror Bomb, get the picks like you usually do. And then you win. That's it. That's all you really need. It's nice and simple. A High Elves a hard race to learn? No, they're pretty straightforward. They have a high skill ceiling too. And they're quite good generalists on this mod. The Sisters of Avalorn are buffed too. Don't stand in front of Marauder Javelins. Yeah. Don't be a fool. Keeper of Secrets is very squishy. But the thing is, Pope Patty's used to playing with Alberic. Keeper of Secrets is slightly squishier than Alberic. But if you can keep Alberic alive, the Keeper's not too hard to keep safe. And then you're running a lot of Forsaken. So don't run the Skirmishers. Don't run the Horse Skirmishers. You run Forsaken and you treat them like your cavalry. Forsaken of Slanesh are so mobile. They're just like Knights Errant essentially. You just run them in to countercharge when you make your cav plays. Like it's the same idea. It's just way stronger. Terracotta buffs. The next patch is focusing on monster buffs. So we could see some Terracotta action, some Rogue Idol action. But yeah, I think Keeper of Secrets is what you run like 70% of the time when you're playing Slanesh. You can also run the Mask or Dakala. They're really cool melee lords. Dakala has that whirlwind of murderage and the potion that you would trigger when the fight starts. It's great. Any other traps people fall into when playing Slaanesh? Yeah, just going for infantry that isn't Slangors or Forsaken. They sometimes you'll run into a box that is like too hard to kill normally. And if you fight that, you just die. As Slaanesh, the way you break boxes is kind of weird. So like there's some builds I just like hyper boxes where there's really not that much you can do. I'm trying to remember. Like against the Lizardman box, what do? I think I usually just rush them down early on before they can build up. I think as Slaanesh, you want to fight a lot earlier than you do as Betonia because it gets worse for you the longer the battle goes on. You need to kind of make like a big play early on. Hyper boxes you usually break by, depending on the faction. If it's like Chaos Dwarves, Exalted Demonettes. If it's Lizardmen, you might need to like rush in a bunch of Fiends. Let's see here. Like it's the hardest style to deal with, but if you can, one of the ways you break a box is with just having Forsaken. So like you run your Lord in, you rampage everyone in the area. They have minus 24 melee defense. Forsaken charge into the backs of them, and then you just immediately crush the front line. But you have to time that very well because you can't use trebuchets to break into it. You have to kind of get some good ability usage. Having Lore of Shadows with Pendulum to just like hammer that location with as much damage as possible is kind of the way to go. And the way to optimally play Slaanesh is to like make use of that killer instinct plays. Most people will take Marauders or Chaos Warriors. You don't take any of those. Skirmishers you don't run because the Rampage will ground any skirmishers. And the funniest thing is, a lot of people will try to kite Slaanesh with skirmishers. If you just start with the Cav Max and rush them down at the beginning of the game, that's just a free win. A lot of people are not ready for that. So, yeah, just don't have range units. Embrace the full Slaaneshi power. When do you use Hellstriders or Scourges? You always max out on normal Hellstriders first, and then you take Scourges. The price, you know, them just being cheaper is really nice. So you just stick with that, and then you're good. They're even just as good versus infantry, honestly. You don't really notice a big difference between the two variants. Are Cav heavy armies the one with the highest skill floors? No, I think they have a very high skill. Well, okay, skill floor. Like I would say Slaanesh has a decently high skill floor because you're just gonna need to micro a lot. Generally speaking, I think rush factions are harder to pull off for new players because they rely on timing of like your attack timing needs, everything needs to hit at the same time, and new players are really bad at timing that because they're trying to manage a ton of units and it gets complicated. So I would say it's like factions without artillery that have to rush in are generally pretty difficult. 750 gold Hellstriders when? I need to see if Slaanesh got nerfed enough. In the tournament, if a ton of people play Slaanesh, then that would be a good opportunity to give that nerf. If people aren't playing Slaanesh, it might just be I'm just good at them. Because they already got the Forsaken Slangor nerf. But if they are still being picked a lot by people who don't like playing Slaanesh, that's a sign that it needs a nerf. And honestly, given how strong they still feel, if there was a unit to be nerfed, it would probably be Hellstriders first. Oh yeah, also Pope Patty, if you're playing Slanesh, don't take Seekers into Buna. So Seeker Cavalry is always in reserve, and if they have Buna, just don't summon them. Buna instantly deletes a Seeker of Slanesh. It is devastating. Even worse if you have a Pleasure Seeker. Thankfully, Hellstriders are good enough to carry on their own. And then late game, if you have to summon in Seekers, you bring them all in at once. And they can only Buna one. But optimally, if you're worried about Buna, you should take Fiends. Hellstriders and Fiends win the day very well. No Chaos Warriors. Yeah, no Chaos Warriors of Slanesh. I think that is so bad. They're all about your Lord Micro, Dakala, Spin to Wins, all that stuff. But alright, here we go. We're loading in. Vampire counts versus High Elves. We see a very capture point focused starter build for the High Elves. Lots of Reaver Archers, some Phoenix Guard, and Caradrian. Alright. Alariel to win the air fight, most likely. You just hate learning new factions because it's like starting from the beginning again. I think if you kind of make a similar build, Slanesh plays basically like Bretonia. The only weird thing is your lords have slightly different abilities. And you're replacing Knights Errant with Forsaken, which is going to feel really weird. But like straight up, Forsaken are your Knights Errant, Knights of the Realm. The moment you start treating them like that, I think you instantly crush it. But alright, let's take a look. Alariel, the Radiant. She has Tempest, she has Earthblood. These are all horse characters, kind of interesting. Caradrian's cool because they have a giant AoE damage effect, but this Caradrian doesn't. Instead opting for the Phoenix Blade, which is a lot of damage. Captain of the Phoenix Guard to heal up the Phoenix Guard. For the Vampire counts, we're seeing a double Banshee build. Maximilianer likes to go for these Karen Wraith strategies when he's worried about being kited, I believe. It's very nice because of their nimbleness. There's actually no magic damage here in this build either. So Karen Wraith should be pretty nasty, especially against Phoenix Guard. Orcs for life. Yeah. I will say, one tricking is nice, but you start getting diminishing returns once you kind of hit the ceiling on them. I look forward to your Slanesh play, Pope Patty. I will absolutely cast your games if you send in the replays. Give you all the deets on how to play them better. They are my favorite faction. But yeah, let's see how this goes. We got a Pendulum Caster, Raise Dead, Invocation of Nahek. Because there's no build sharing, people might be intimidated to try multiplayer or switch factions. Yeah, there's really, the meta shifts too quickly, even for build sharing to be that useful. There are a lot of areas where you can find generic builds, though. But, yeah. You know, honestly, I'm not too worried about there not being enough people, though. It's kind of like StarCraft, where StarCraft is a very good spectator sport. Warhammer can function fine as a spectator sport, too. Archers are firing. Dodged by the Lamian Vampire Lord. Very nice. She has the Scepter of Stability, which is one of the game's only real counterspelling shenanigans. Point gets secured by the High Elves very quickly. And the battle is on. So this match is very straightforward. Vampire counts are going to try and triple cap the High Elves. And the High Elves are going to try and hold long enough so that they can value trade. They'll buy time by pushing the Phoenix Guard onto 1 point and hunkering down, while getting as much value as they possibly can with everything else. Banshee's getting bullied. We got the little squad of dudes here. Banshee's getting worked on pretty hard. There is a lot of magic damage here because Alariel's Boon of Isha. Boon of Isha is one of the things that makes life so rough for the counts, by the way. Conic Sign Stalker's coming in too. This is the only ethereal unit that is not ethereal. So they got the ghost effect, but they don't have Fizz Res. They have armor. I don't know, man. It's weird. But yeah, it's a pretty chill game. Both sides kind of duking it out. Phoenix Guard with the newfound 7 capture weight are holding point number 3. This is very good for Caradoc. It'll buy them a lot of time. And now we're seeing both sides kind of stabilize. So how is Caradoc actually going to get the value here? How does one farm value? Well, Tempest is good. Scepter of Stability? Yep. Scepter of Stability gets cast. It lasts 19 seconds. Tempest is does not last nearly as long. So that's going to keep her alive. She barely takes any damage from that Tempest. It was not overcast though, so now this thing is on cooldown. And it's only a 60-second cooldown though. Tempest is 37. So if Caradoc casts it immediately again overcast, they could get some work done on this Lamian Lord. Lightning Reflexes also gives damage resist, but that's also on cooldown now. Good zombie summon though. We're gonna see Blades of Hoeth. Okay, the most elite high elf infantry in the game. One of the most elite units of infantry. Gonna be coming in, grinding, they're doing good damage. And so far so good generally. I think high elves are playing by the book against the counts. Just bringing a mighty strong army. Very strong single entity squad to bully stuff like a Mortis and so on. And then just super elite infantry to slowly clear the path through the tides of undeath. Not bad. Crazy the meta shifts so fast considering the lack of updates it gets. Yeah. Meta is, you know, a lot of it is just because there's not a ton of people innovating. There are people innovating, but not so much that they find what is the best strategy for all the various matchups. So most of the time people just have blind spots. You know, with like hundreds of matchups, you're just not gonna find out how to cover all your bases. And it's only in the big tournaments where people really start to bring in the mix-ups. We're gonna see the Blades of Hoeth come on in. There's not a whole ton of magic to deal with them. They do have spell resist 25%. They're basically dwarves. I like the Vargeist play though. Vargeist can cycle charge here. He's drawing in the Blades of Hoeth too. When you have capture weight, you can afford to do stuff like this and get a slightly better fight. Zombie body block is in. But it's a lot of skirmishing so far. Maximilian is building up. But I don't know how well they'll actually be able to take the main fight once it gets started. Because these elite units of infantry are basically... they're basically begging for there to be a main fight on top of them. Here comes that Pendulum. Partial dodge is going to be good enough. They don't take that much damage. And the hex rates are taking a bit of deeps too. Weaver Archers are very annoying. They're fast, 92 speed. Basically the same speed as the hex rates. They have good damage. Getting a quarter HP off with that one volley. And the pain is real. Crypt Horrors have arrived, but they're diving into Phoenix Guard. That's not very pretty. And overall, this should be an advantaged fight here for the High Elves. Very nice Tempest on the Vargeist 2 to stop them from charging into the center line. And the High Elves are taking a very decisive engagement here. Big Star of Avalorn too. Yeah, these guys are not dying anytime soon. Oh, the meanwhile, Banshees are taking a lot of damage. And I would say this is kind of sketchy. Vampire counts are bleeding a little bit. Are you going to see, there is a big summon on the way too for the High Elves. Could even see some Fireborn maybe. I'm not entirely sure what they're planning on. Maybe they're just focusing on micro. But the Vampire Counts have made a bit of headway. You can see this position here. I think Maximilianer wants to get these Karen rates to charge in. If they can win this infantry grind, it's amazing for them. But that is a bit of a tall order. Pendulum's going to help, though. Partial dodge working out pretty well, but the damage is still good. Phoenix Guard get the heal, though. Captain of the Phoenix Guard. And if they stick around, that's going to be a big problem because they hurt on the counter punch. They're going to do a lot of damage to the Vargeist. Blades of Hoeth are holding 2. There's another big heal. Caradoc doing everything they can to keep these units in the fight. Fireborn indeed do get summoned. And clock's ticking for the Vampire Counts. They need to basically clear up this position in time, but it's taken a while. I bet he's wishing he had a Wind of Death here. Wind of Death could actually devastate this little formation. I gotta say, I'm certainly a little worried. Bretonnian multiplayer, are you a masochist? Yes, I am. I'm playing them tomorrow too to try and get that win. Ooh, big route though. Blades of Hoeth do get punched in the gut. Down for the count. Phoenix Guard are getting pretty low too. I will say the Karen rates are kind of a perfect answer for this kind of situation. Another Earthblood drops, but I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be enough. It's all about getting that little bit of pressure to get the route. I will say Maximilian is grinding surprisingly well, though. There is a corpse cart nearby, Unholy Lodestone, giving healing and perfect vigor to all of these guys. Phoenix Guard are getting tired too, which is lowering their melee attack. And so far, Maximilian is actually winning the grind pretty well. The Karen rates are pretty solid here. He's dodging with the Vargeist, being super annoying. The fact that he was able to push back the skirmisher force and get into the flank of this infantry might have done it. Maybe though. Hard maybe. Battle's still not over yet. We're seeing a big push here. Double Ranger on the flank side to capture this point. Good play from the High Elves if they're able to secure that. Vampire Counts don't have any summons to clean that up. Crypt Ghouls going for 0.3, but they might be a little out of position. It's still anyone's game. There's been a massive amount of healing, so the gold damage value can't really be trusted. You just have to look at what's actually on the battlefield. And with so many single entities in good health, High Elves definitely still have some tussle in them. Phoenix Guard are doing good. There's the magic attacks because of Alariel and a big ol' heal too. I don't know if that hit these Phoenix Guard though. Would be very unfortunate if it didn't, but yeah, I don't think it did. Pretty rough, but not the end of the world. Good hold over here, by the way. But what's going on here? Will the Rangers be able to clean up shop? I'm not entirely sure. Vargeist are doing their bestest to get on in, but it's gonna be a little sketchy. Big charge on the Reavers, but oh wow, okay, never mind. It's a massive damage. I thought they were gonna escape, but no. Hexface is still alive, by the way, and this middle is holding. I do think Caradoc is slowly pulling back the value here. Ticket-wise, it's a little sketchy, though. Caradoc, even if they do capture these points, they still have to uptrade for some time. While Maximilianer is getting to the point where they just have to hold a smidge longer, and they might be able to just win on tickets. Oh no. And that's going to make it way more sketchy for Caradoc. This is what I'm saying. Maximilian are so good at barely defending points. Anytime you barely defend a point, your opponent's just down trading for nothing. Absolute devastation for these Rangers. That's a big loss, and that could very well lead to the downfall of Caradoc here. Crypt Ghouls and Karen rates are doing really well on this flank side too. And I think the mobility fight is finally going the way of Maximilianer. I don't see those Dragon Princes. I think they died somewhere along the way. And if it's just infantry, it's going to be pretty painful. Devils of Schwarzhaven have landed. Vargeist have landed. They're going to be bullying the Phoenix Guard. Earthblood's going to do its best to keep them there. But now we're running into time pressure. The value trading just wasn't good enough here. It just wasn't good enough. And now things are kind of falling apart. Pendulum drops. Not even that crazy of a pendulum. But vampire counts have the triple cap. I think high elves just don't have the DPS. I think they just don't have the DPS to win this. Even if they do clear this point, they're going to lose on tickets. Which is kind of crazy. 576 possible matchups if you include mirror matches. That's absurd. Almost as absurd as this game, though. Oh my goodness. And that's it.
There is only defeat.
Congratulations to Maximillionaire. Winning another tournament. So if they haven't yet, they're qualified for the second grand finals. Karen Wraith build looking very good. And yeah, even though they got countered by the magic damage, man, Karen Wraith is just still good. I think, I don't know how much I like the Phoenix Guard. I think there should have been a lot more archers here. Obviously, that's risky when there's a Karen Wraith rush. But it's not impossible. You can clean up a lot with Alariel's magic attacks. But yeah, Storm's going to do the raffle. I'm going to cover a replay, and then we'll call it a day. Fun match. Big tussle. I look forward to the matches in the grand finals. But first things first. First things first. Apparently, this Vampire Counts versus Petunia game was a lot closer. I must see it. Blades of Oath and Phoenix Guard did poorly. You never see that. Yeah. I do think, you know, just normal sword masters can get a lot of work done after you've cleared out the big threats from the Vampire Counts. Because executioners, Hargoneth executioners do really well. We've seen Danican do that. There's also just a situation where the build was a little countered, very softly countered. But yeah. A little rough. Let's take a look at this game though. So what we got? We got Alberic. We got Double Viking. We got a Manfred. Everything pretty good. I'm kind of tired, so we'll go through this early game because there's not a whole lot going on. We already saw lots of Petunia verse counts. The Mortis engine is there, all right. So this is just an Alberic cav stack. Very early triple cap is good. Mounted yeomen to deal with the Mortis engine. This is just a skirmish phase or just posturing. What made this close though? Because this is kind of similar to what Maximillionaire has been going. Is it a crazy Pegasus Knight murdering on the Crypt Horrors? Big charge here. The Crypt Horrors are weird. If you can get enough burst damage on them, it's actually not too bad. Is he gonna rout him off? It's pretty good damage, I must say. He's buffering with the Knights. But yeah, basically every Crypt Horror you can surround like this and get crumbling. That's just a 1,000 gold pickup. It's great. Yeah, Sword Masters are fighting zombies for a long time. The thing is, it's like the build just kind of bogs you down and then they get cycle charged. The elite infantry only really works after you've dealt with the major threats. That was a good charge though. Now Mortis engine is in, but can he kill it? There's not that much in the way of the vampire counts. And Alberic's, he's going for it. One big hit on the Mortis engine is basically the big important thing. He has to kill that Mortis for this to go well. I will say I do like the Pegasus Knights, but the Buna does rout one of them off. This is the painful thing about Maximillionaire's build. He has the counters to the counters. Very nasty purple sun casts. Though they will rally. There's nothing to chase them off. And they did get pretty massive heals. Another Blood Knight gets summoned, but this is actually a really good pickoff. With Alberic giving his anti-large to all of these guys, the double Blood Knights are getting super worked on. This is kind of cool. I kind of like where this is going. With when you're facing vampire counts, you basically need to get these big picks if you want to win it. And the Pegasus Knights are doing good. I feel like not even Royal Pegasus Knights. You can just go normal Pegasus Knights and maybe they do okay too. It's not like the skeletons are going to do that much damage to them while they kill everything else off. Alberic lives. And this is a way better early game. He kind of found the hole in Maximilianaire's defense, and he's picked off 2 Blood Knights because of it. It's kind of crazy that after you kill off 2 Blood Knights, you still lose, though. Because I think this was close, but I think Pope Patty still lost, which is really bad. If your opponent is misplaying, and it's still a loss, like you need them to make multiple misplays. You have to make multiple big plays to win it. I will say the Alberic loss might be what does him in, though. But yeah, kind of sketchy. Good grinding on these zombies, though. He's just getting them killed with the Knights Errant. Gets a massive big ol' heal over here. There's honestly not that much left for the vampire counts. Obviously, the SE squad and the Mortis are very annoying, but they don't have that much capture weight, which is good. Royal Hippogriff Knight maxing next. I think just playing Betonia is already enough of a challenge. I need to figure out the faction. Good volley of arrows on this here Mortis. The thing is, though, Manfred gets 1 Winds of Magic extra for every 10 seconds he stays in combat. The Sword of Unholy Power is very, very nice. As long as it's triggered, he's doing great. Capture point secured for Betonia, though. They get the clean disengage, but can they carry out the win? Let's just X4 while everyone regroups. It's gonna be a little bit of skirmishing. The double White Kings are beating up this damsel. She's very much so in distress. Does get the archers out. I think late game archers is very good. Man, that Vargulf, though, is just nasty. And there's a double Scab Scrat. So, wow, this guy, you lucky man. Everyone he knows just died. He shoots 1 last arrow and he's like, yeah, I think I'm good. I think I'm good. If you don't mind me, I'll take my chances with the Knights. Double Scab Scrat does 1-shot archers, by the by. It completely deletes the unit because they have very low HP per entity. Oh man, Scab Scrat, what a nasty spell. Another Buna drops. Now it's a big fight. Pegasus are doing good. Yeah, Green Knight is not enough to kill this hero squad. If you can't kill the hero squad, it's just not gonna work. I don't think Betonia has anything that can actually outduel this either. It's unfortunate. It is rather expensive, though, but you can't really ignore them because Manfred is there. If you ignore them, he'll just heal a lot. It's a good Mortis engine snipe, though. Like, Pope Patty's making the killer plays. He's sniping off the key targets. But Maximilianaire's build is just so robust. Manfred being able to grind it out. What's his magic gain on that sword? Yeah, it's plus 60% recharge. That's a crazy amount of value. It's rather absurd. Scab Scrath is actually filthy. It is. Good archer play, killing off the Vargulf, though. But can anything be done about this? I believe no. Vargulf is gonna crumble. Corpse Cart is gonna crumble. Mortis engine stuck in the backfield. This actually looks good for Betonia, which is kind of crazy. Did Pope lose this game or did they win this game? I will say Manfred being in here with Winds of Death is probably gonna be way too much magic, but yeah, the one peasant. Yeah, how does Betonia lose this? This looks good. I will say 2 White Kings and Manfred is nasty. He's gonna get a big old zombie summon too with his infinite winds of magic. Manfred is such a good blob fighter. Honestly, I might start running Manfred on the reg. He's kind of insane when you use him like this. Before, people were stuck on the Foot White King builds. When you're running 2 Foot White Kings, Manfred doesn't seem as good because he'll just die to bigger lords. But with the support, he's just chilling. He's been farming so much magic. I wish we could see how much. What is this? Alberic wind spell? Gonna get a little bit of damage. Push some units into crumbling. Mortis Engine just refuses to die, by the way. It's still dodging. Oh, Maximilian there. What a troll. Both sides have insane amounts of money. Are we going to see more plays? So they're grinding. They're grinding. Oh, there it is. Yeah, the Winds of Death. That's the problem, man. Manfred is so good in the grind. So he gets the Wind of Death, and then everything starts falling apart. Though it's still kind of close. More Bretonnian units coming in. Archers are at the ready. They're firing away. Wait, Bretonnia wins on 1 point. Man, this is crazy, though. Oh, that Mortis play is getting so much value. The Archer's got a move command. They're not shooting at it because it's dodging too much. Just charge the thing, man. It has so little HP. Oh, and Alberic dies? Oh, no. Yeah, that's going to be brutal. I think if you want to beat vampire counts, you need a mobile build like this. But the reinforcement points need to be far from these. That's how Pope Patty got the plays. When the reinforcement points are close, vampire counts can play very cagey on the middle point, and then on their home point they don't have to worry, because they're not going to get the units picked off. You have to be very careful about your map selection. But it was close. It was close. If you didn't lose Alberic, it could have been better. Manfred, though, just devastating. Brutal. For's the lady. The lady's not here to protect them, man. Solid play from the Pegasus Knights. That was a fun replay. But I am gonna call it a day. Was good. Maximilian with the 5k Manfred. That's absurd. White King's getting ludicrous value. But can they keep it up? They will be playing in the grand finals. They're still in the top bracket. They haven't lost the best of 3 yet. And they're going to be going up against some big names. Danican and Berserk are going to be facing off soon. Chosen and Von Karstein are going to be facing off. Some exciting stuff. And hopefully I'll get those replays cast tomorrow. We actually did get some replays up. If you want to see the sick matches that I covered, check it out on the second channel. Here's a link. We got some more Maximilian in play. We got some dwarf play. Killian, or no, Commissar. Commissar got their matches in. So check it out. Check it out if you're interested. And to everyone else, see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.